Everybody, let me just ring the bell. Good afternoon, everybody here at Bounce Innovation and everyone who's out there in Zoom land. My apology, we did run into some technical difficulties, but we finally got them solved, and we also had a very, very good board meeting just prior to this. So at this time, as we get started, I just want to let you know we've got a really good day in store here. We've got Cynthia Snider from Tuesday Musical, a tremendous blessing to Akron and the surrounding area. And so at this time, I would like to call last year's president, Rob McGregor, to open us with the invocation.
Thank you, Steve, and it's wonderful to be someplace in person. Creator and sustainer, whatever she or he is in our own lives, we thank you for this day and our fellowship. We are blessed with talents, treasures, and time occasionally. Please help us share our blessings as Rotarians. We are stronger together. I'll end up with an African proverb. If you want to go far, go alone. I'm sorry, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So let's hope Akron Rotary goes together and continues to be the change that we want in the world.
Thank you, Dr. Rob. And yeah, it is about going together and making room for old and young. And on that note, tomorrow we've got a really exciting meeting out at the camp from 4 to 6 with all 3 of our boards, the foundation board, the camp board, and the club board meeting. And to my knowledge, I don't think that all 3 of us have met in the past, but just a sign of the synergy and the traveling together that he just spoke to in that prayer. So at this time, I'd like to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so now I'd like to lead us in the 4-way test. Do you know what happened there as far as the reverberation? Okay, thank you. So the 4-way test. Is it the truth?
The truth? Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
And will
it be beneficial to all concerned?
Somebody that's on Zoom, if you could check, I think your sound is on, and if you could mute, that would be a big, big help for us. Thank you. All right, at this time, David Miller. I'd like to give you a microphone so you can share with us if we have any guests besides our speaker. No one? Is there anybody online that's a guest today? Okay. All right. Over the last week, do we happen to have any Rotary ambassadors? Any Rotary ambassadors? I know that Linda would share if she were here, but she's in transit right now. Anybody? Wow, we're moving along pretty quickly here. All right. We will have time for happy dollars. I was telling David Hall that I didn't think we would, but let me start by saying that I have 5 happy dollars, and those happy dollars are because of what we're having take place tomorrow with the 3 boards coming together. And then my dear friend, Michael Irby from 100 Black Men, he's the president of 100 Black Men, is going to be inducted here today as a Rotarian. So that's exciting. And then my other, I'll put a couple other dollars in there, is because we have Cynthia Snider from Tuesday Musical, and you're going to enjoy hearing from her. That's all I can say at this time. So who else is happy? I'm collecting today's David E. Susan? You're gonna watch.
I have 5 happy dollars. begin with. Yes, I need a list. I'm happy that Cynthia is here for musical, Tuesday musical. Two, I have 2 sets of tickets, pairs, for tonight's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So if you would like to take you and one of your friends or family members, why just let me know if you want to donate something to Rotary for that. That's fine. If not, you're open. 3, save the date, July 23rd for the Rotary or for the Dragon Boat Festival at Portage Lakes. 4, if you would like to serve on the Youth Exchange Committee, we're having a meeting after our luncheon here, and we're looking at organizing to host Yara from Spain and to send off Manny and Samantha for next year from Akron Rotary. So we're excited about that. So please join us if you have not been personally invited.
Thanks, Susan. I'll get you changed too. Go ahead.
Thanks. I have $5 happy dollars. One of them is for Dr. Rob. I think it's been 2 years since I've seen you in person, so great to see you. That's not a jab. That's like very, very good to see you. I've seen you in pictures. Everybody laughed when I said that. The other 4 is you guys should have received or seen many emails coming from me recently in regards to our next Rotary Night Out social event. So I just want to break down some clarification. So on Friday, May 27th is the Scotch Bourbon and Cigar Night that Silver Lake Country Club hosts I almost said every 2 years. It's twice a year. I'm a regular attending there as a member of the club, and I spoke to them and said, hey, can we do a Rotary table or a few tables at the event? And they said, absolutely. So there's really 2 options. First option includes food and drink tickets. If you're not like a bourbon or Scotch drinker, you can really use that ticket for anything. They'll go to the bar and make it for you. That's going to be after like all the country club fees. That's going to be $32, but that includes like a heavy appetizer buffet with 3 drink tickets. The next option after all the fees is actually $83, but that includes 4 different cigars as well as the bourbon, Scotch, or the drink tickets and the food. Doug Green, who was the cigar lounge that we did our last event at, is actually the one hosting this year. So he's bringing 4 different cigars for every single person. The cigar totals, if you are a smoker, it's like over $50 worth of cigars. So it's actually a really, really good fun night. So the 20th is the deadline to RSVP to me through the email. I know that Cheryl had put in the Aquitarian as well, but I'll send out a couple different reminders, but we have about a week and a half. I'm hoping that we can get at least a good solid Rotary table. I was hoping that we could bring 10 to 15 different individuals. I know our last night at the Cigar Lounge we brought 35. It's a little different type of event, so I'm hoping we can get the same or a good portion of it there. So that's I probably owe more money than $5, but there you go.
Sorry. Anyone else happy? All right, that's the other side here. Dr. Rob.
Thanks, Dan. I have $7 happy dollars, 2 to cover David just continuing to acknowledge me and go on and on about the social event, but I'm glad to see that social events are still alive. And $5 happy dollars. One, I'm not sure that you'll see it on your home screen, but my Pittsburgh Penguins look like they're going to get out of the first round of the Stanley Cups for the first time in the last 2 years. So I'm very excited about that. And the rest go to, I had a wonderful respite with my grandson last week in Florida, who had his adenoids out and he couldn't go back to daycare. So his mom said, I need a pediatrician to stay at our house instead of a babysitter. At 17 months, I don't know who wore out whom more, but he wake up in the morning and
one of his best words is shoes, which means Papa's taking me to the playground and we would run in the playground. I fell asleep every night at 7 o'clock with him. And I was told that after I left, he took a 3.5-hour nap, which is highly unusual. So keeping up with a 17-month-old is wonderful.
Thanks.
So I have 3 happy dollars. Number one, my daughter down in Florida finished her junior year successfully. And I'm so happy about that. Now she just needs to find a summertime job. Number two, looking forward to the bourbon event, David. Hopefully I'll be in town. We're thinking about Chicago to visit my son, so we'll see. And the last one is, I didn't have a chance to put out flyers. I'll put them out next, but just want to put in everybody's head, June 15th is the next date we're going to do for the Akron Food Bank to volunteer there. It's 4:30 to 6:30. Afterwards, we might be able to do another social event. In any event, if we don't do a social event, we will go out to dinner and have drinks. Everybody would be welcome to join that. But June 15th, 4:30 to 6:30 for the Akron Food Bank Volunteer Project. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the room happy today? Mr. Gladys?
5 happy dollars. Thank you. So happy that we get together today for our monthly board meeting. That was very productive, and I'm super happy, Dr. Rob, that you're here to see you in person. It's been way too long. Another happy dollar. Mike, welcome to the club. Great to meet you, and looking forward to your induction. And I got a few more happy dollars. My youngest is a soccer and basketball player, and tonight they've got a big game. They won their first game last week against the rival. So super excited for that. And another happy dollar, my oldest, I've got a 15-year-old as well. And he, at that age, there's not much that he likes. Everything is, this is boring, it sucks, I don't like it. And I've been on him to try different things, and he's just like, I don't want to do that. Golf is boring. This is boring. Well, now he's got a newfound interest in golf. So I'm happy I've got something I can go out and do with him, and we can enjoy that time. And so he's been asking me, which is completely new, to go out and to go to the driving range. Let's go play golf. So it's only taken 15 years, but here we are. So I'm super happy about that. Thank you.
It's great. Oh, Kim.
Yes, I am happy. $2, $1 for this beautiful day, finally, and another $1 for Kenmore group. And maybe Steve, you can tell us a little bit more details. But I saw that online about the first Friday. There's going to be a nice event in Kenmore. I don't know all the details, but I am sure that you can inform us.
Yeah, let me just add in here for a second. What he's referring to is that as summer is rolling around here, starting in June, down on Kenmore Boulevard, once a month, they have a big event where they bring in all kinds of food trucks, music and such, and it's really a lot of fun. And if you haven't been into Kenmore in a while, you've got to go and see it. In fact, we as a club have our meeting next Tuesday at the Rialto Theater. And we're going to have food over there. And then Tina Boyce, who is a Rotarian, will be sharing with us about what they've been busy doing in Kenmore. There you go. So we have had quite the day with some technical challenges, but hopefully you can hear me better. So next Tuesday at noon, we'll be in the Rialto Theater. We'll be eating over there. There's going to be a little bit of music as we gather initially. And then Tina will be sharing with us, bringing us up to date of all of the wonderful changes and what lies ahead for Kenmore. And it's a beautiful thing to see and experience. So what Hugh was referring to is the road ahead. They did this last year as well, that the first Friday is what they call it of every month. They start with the food trucks, music, entertainment, and we're going to actually set up a table to invite people to inquire and possibly join us as Rotarians. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you for bringing that up, Hugh. Anybody else to share anything? David?
Yes, I do.
Oh, Michael. Thank you, Michael.
Number one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am very happy. Last night, I think it was about 8 o'clock last night, I got a phone call from a young man. I don't know if some of you in here do know that I work with youth quite a bit. And this young man was enrolled into our Leadership Academy when he was in the 5th grade. And I can recall visiting that school back then where there were a lot of teachers making statements that they didn't think he would turn out to be anything. Well, he called me last night and he asked me would I please come to his graduation tomorrow.
All right.
And then not only that, he has a scholarship at Charleston University. And, you know, we always tell parents when they get involved, we want to take them through that challenge all the way through high school and into college. So that made my night last night. Slept real well. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else happy? All right. Hey, Michael, come on up.
We got one
We'll let
late arrival.
So we do have a guest that I might have missed. We have Noah Murphy, that's Charlie's son, so welcome. He's with Stray Dog as well. So welcome.
So today's a very exciting day for me because I get to induct my friend from high school, Michael Irby, who just so happens to be the president of 100 Black Men. And so I get to induct him officially today. And on Thursday at 6 o'clock at Hardesty Park, he gets to induct me into 100 Black Men. And I want to tell you, there's a lot of wonderful similarity between our two groups. And what these guys do when it comes to mentoring young Black youth is indicative of the testimony that he just shared. And I've met his board members, I've met his leadership team, and I want to tell you, these folks, these men are the cream of the crop here in Akron. And so this is a wonderful relationship that we're beginning. Now, before I do the official induction, I just want to tell you that in going to Garfield High School and graduating all the way back in 1973, this brother was an amazing athlete. And back in those days, Garfield had tremendous football teams. They were state ranked, and he was a running back. And let me tell you, you better be fast, and you better be a good tackler, or he was by you. And so he then went on and went to Ashland University and played for their football team as well, and was a standout athlete there. Now, this story does not make sense, but in his best game, he had close to 200 yards before the third quarter was over. And what did his coach do? And by the way, that broke the school record. He pulled him. And he's like, but coach, I can still play. He pulled him. Who knows? He may have gotten somewhere between 250 to 300 yards, but being the humble guy, he went with it. So, but anyhow, it is my privilege and my honor today to induct him as a member of Akron Rotary. And so, Michael, your proposal was reviewed and found to be in accordance with our club's constitution and bylaws. The foundation of Rotary is service. Our principal motto is service above self. It's the goal of this club and Rotary clubs worldwide to encourage and to foster this ideal. You've been approved for membership because we believe you to be, and I know you to be, interested in upholding this ideal in spirit and in action. We have confidence that you will help strengthen our club. Fellow Rotarians, I ask that you freely give your friendship and guidance to Michael to help make his membership meaningful and happy. I'd like you to please accept this official Rotary pin, and we'll have your badge. Well, you already have your badge, man. You are right on it.
You guys are right on.
Yeah, which includes the Rotary wheel, the international symbol of Rotary. Please wear it with pride. Akron Rotarians, please join me in welcoming Michael Irby, the world's newest Rotarian. And one of our traditions, Michael, is that we'd like to give you a couple of minutes to share a little bit, introduce yourself. And you did speak here a couple of months ago, so they already know you, but anything that you might want to share with us.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say to my brothers and sisters out there, it's an honor to be a part of this outstanding organization. Known about the Rotaries for a long time. I think that what sticks out to me and sells me to this organization is basically what we have over here, service above self. I believe in that, and all the work that I do out in the community here in Akron. Basically, I'm always serving someone in some kind of capacity. So I'm looking forward to be a part of everything you do. Looking forward to help wherever I can help. And like I said, it's just an honor to be a part of this great organization. Thank you.
So now it's my privilege to introduce to you today's speaker, Cynthia Snider. She is very well known in the community as a fundraiser, a media relations professional, and a true advocate for the arts. She's been the executive director of Tuesday Musical Association since March of 2020. She served as interim director since September of 2019. Now listen to this. Founded in 1887 and now an Akron anchor arts organization, Tuesday Musical presents concerts by internationally acclaimed musicians as well as education and community engagement programs throughout Northeast Ohio. I want to pause for a second and say this last season at Tuesday Musical, which actually their last performance came from a group out of Miami called New Deco, was just last week. The performers that she and her team and the board bring into our city are nothing short of amazing. And I'm not going to steal your thunder for this next year. I'm going to let you present all that. But my favorite concerts were Voces 8, which is an a cappella singing group out of Great Britain. Unbelievable. If you want to just have a quiet evening and feel the stress roll off, listen to Voces 8. You can find them on Amazon Music and different places. Fabulous. And Joshua Bell, who's a world-class violinist, and his wife, Larissa Rodriguez, is it? Martinez. They were a 1-2 tandem that just left you breathless. So kudos for all of the wonderful people you bring in. But also, as an arts advocate and volunteer, Cynthia was a longtime board member of NEOS Dance Theater and the Autism Society of Greater Akron. She's also served on the board of the Greater Akron Musical Association, Friends of Fashion, and she holds a bachelor's degree from Kent State University, a master's degree in higher education administration from the University of Akron. And by the way, Ann Jorgensen, who is a Rotarian and very involved, as I mentioned, at the University of Akron, is a neighbor of Cynthia's, and they have a very dear and sweet relationship. Her husband is Larry Snider, a distinguished professor of music at the University of Akron, longtime principal percussionist with the Akron Symphony, and founder of the University of Akron Steel Drum Band. Would you please join me in welcoming Cynthia Snider from Tuesday Musical?
Terry, can you please allow me to share the screen? Thanks. It's a little technical difficulty, friends.
Well, hello. Thank you, Steve, for that nice introduction. I know your cousin. I spent 30-some years at the University of Akron, and I know several of you in the audience, Susan, Jerry, Ginny, Ann up there somewhere. So it's good to be here. Let me ask you, Art, okay, so I am doing this. Let's see, I'm gonna have to bring my foot up here to hold something. Let's see how we do this. Okay, we'll work it out. If you can't hear me, just flail your arms and we'll get it worked out. Okay, as Steve mentioned, Tuesday Musical is an anchor arts organization in Akron. We're one of the oldest and most respected organizations of our kind in the United States. Again, we were started in 1887, which I think makes us about the oldest arts organization anywhere in this part of Ohio. We bring the world's finest classical, jazz, and world musicians to Akron, as well as vibrant education community engagement programs throughout Northeast Ohio. What we do is unlike anything that any other organization does in our region. On stage and throughout the community, Tuesday Musical entices and engages generations of music lovers by bringing the world's best music to Northeast Ohio. So how did it all start? Tuesday Musical's early history reflects a trend of women organizing music clubs in communities across the country. In other words, we're not the only one. There were Tuesday Musical clubs throughout the United States. Here in Akron, on November 9th, 1887, Cecilia Baker, wife of George Baker, who was a prominent businessman, president of the Akron Electric Light and Power Company, invited a group of women with proven musical ability to her home on East Market Street. No minutes exist from that first meeting, but it is safe to assume that the women discussed ways to advance the appreciation of music in Akron and provide performance opportunities for themselves and other women in the area. We're not sure if there were 13 or 18 of these women in attendance, but they christened themselves Tuesday Afternoon Club. For more than 100 years, Tuesday Musical's members programs were hosted in the city's stateliest private homes. Once Gertrude and Frank Seiberling completed their country estate, Stan Hewitt Hall, in 1915, that became a favored venue. Still today, let me see if I can. Well, that didn't do what I thought it would.
It's not gonna be easy today.
Okay, I got it. I think I held it upside down. Okay, all right. So still today, Tuesday Musical's members, including Ginny over there, meet monthly for performances and refreshments in venues throughout the community, including Stan Hewitt Hall. A few decades after forming, Tuesday Musical expanded our mission to present concerts by world-acclaimed musicians. Global greats on our series over the past 135 years have included Nelson Eddy, Vladimir Horowitz, Leontine Price, Imani Winds, Van Cliburn, Midori, Marilyn Horne, James Galway, Renee Fleming, Wynton Marsalis, Beverly Sills, Joshua Bell, Yo-Yo Ma, Arthur Rubinstein, and on and on. Even those of us who do not have a deep classical music background probably recognize some of those names. So let's talk about our concerts, which are our most visible and well-known aspect. Our 2022-23 Akron Concert Series will feature nationally and internationally acclaimed musicians. All 6 concerts will take place at E.J. Thomas Performing Arts Hall in Akron, and they'll also feature conversational segments with the musicians throughout the performances to help to inform and engage our audiences. First up, oh, sorry, okay, I'll get this. These are some of our members' programs. Firestone Madrigals at Stan Hewitt. We do that many times at the holidays. A members program at the home of Cynthia Knight. Okay, now, Soweto Gospel Choir from South Africa. They're going to open our season on October 2nd. They're celebrating the unique and inspirational power of African gospel music. The choir's members are drawn from the best talent from the many churches in and around Soweto, South Africa. It's working. Next up on October 20th will be the Scottish Chamber Orchestra and violinist Nicola Benedetti. These are ambassadors for Scottish cultural excellence. They perform throughout Europe, the Far East, India, and the United States. We'll have a somewhat delayed holiday program. We were supposed to bring in the Rodney Marsalis Philadelphia Big Brass last December 13th. COVID changed those plans, so we're going to try again and succeed on December 13th of this coming holiday season. Okay, let's move into February. Set during Black History Month, this will be an evening of music highlighting some of the world's most well-known operatic arias, art songs, and spirituals, all paying homage to Black trailblazers. The concert will bring together two of today's most exciting operatic voices in a diverse and powerful event featuring Rian Bryce Davis and Brandy Inez Sutton, accompanied by a string quartet and Damien Sneed on piano. March 7th. This is your chance to catch a rising star. Martin Garcia has won a number of international piano competitions over the past 15 months, including our own international piano competition in Cleveland. It's in our backyard, but let me tell you, this is one of the world's premier piano competitions, and this guy won it. All right, and then our season ends with an evening with Anzac Pearlman on April 27th. Undeniably the reigning virtuoso of the violin, Anzac Pearlman enjoys superstar status rarely afforded a classical musician. This program will offer a new multimedia experience with Mr. Pearlman sharing stories of his life and career, enhanced by historical photos and videos, and then he'll perform with his longtime pianist and friend Rohan Da Silva. This is all produced by a Tony Award-winning producer. It's going to be a fabulous evening. Let me tell you a little bit about Anzac Pearlman. He's performed with every major orchestra in the world and in every leading concert hall around the globe. He's treasured by audiences throughout the world who respond not only to his remarkable artistry, but also to his irrepressible joy for making music. Mr. Pearlman's recordings have garnered 16 Grammy Awards and regularly appeared on the bestseller charts. Heck, this guy's even been on Sesame Street. In 2008, Mr. Pearlman was honored with a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award for excellence in the recording arts. This is a very expensive undertaking for Tuesday Musical, $102,000 non-negotiable artistic fee. But we believe that it will be historically significant for our organization and for Northeast Ohio. We have a second concert series that we started during COVID. We started these lawn concerts on the front lawn of the Barter House, which is where our offices are located on West Market Street. It's a historic, beautiful property. We started out with very socially distanced seating, bringing in world musicians from Northeast Ohio. This year's Music al Fresco will feature music of France, Italy, and Cuba in 3 Sundays in August and September. They're 1-hour concerts. They're fun in the middle of the day, so you can, go to church in the morning and go to your cookout afterward. They're really a treat. So beyond the concert hall, but in tandem with our performances, we also present vibrant education and community engagement programs that expand access to world-class musicians for students and adults throughout Northeast Ohio. These programs are vital. Why is that? I'll give you some statistics, only a few. Students who participate in the arts are 4 times more likely to be recognized for academic achievement. Students of low socioeconomic status who actively participate in the arts have a dropout rate of 4%, as opposed to their peers with a dropout rate of 22%. Yet, arts education funds are scarce, making our work essential. Most students and adults seldom, if ever, experience live performances by such major classical artists as those on our series. So in addition to performing concerts at E.J. Thomas Hall, nearly all of our guest artists teach, perform, and inspire during visits to K-12 schools, universities, libraries, retirement communities, workplace venues, and more. This is something we're especially pleased with. For years now, we have collaborated with an art teacher at Firestone High School. We share our musicians with the students, and the students throughout the school year work on art projects related to those musicians. We then show those artworks on stage when the musicians come to town. We introduce the students on stage. It's really been a wonderful collaboration. We've taken ensembles throughout Northeast Ohio. This was our Escher String Quartet in Holmes County. Flutist Marina Piccinini teaching a master class at the University of Akron. Okay, also, our student ticket program provides free tickets to all students to all of our concerts and programs. We also provide bus funding to school districts and student organizations. Tuesday Musical is the only organization doing that in Summit County. Our Brahms Allegro Junior Music Club encourages its young members to develop skills, perform for their peers, and compete in regional competitions. Who was in the audience when little Lillian Johnson performed at the start of one of our, okay, thanks, Steve. This is Lillian Johnson, a delightful young lady. She performed at the start of one of our concerts a piece that had been composed for her by a composer working with our Brahms Allegro organization. To ask a 10-year-old to go out on stage in front of hundreds of people, I was nervous. She nailed it. And this is her in her dressing room with her flowers. She's just an adorable kid. She also performed recently for one of our members programs, and she performed a piece that she had composed herself. Okay. These are some of the students who come to our concerts, again, for free. The group photo was for Hearts for Music. They were in the audience just this past week. It's an organization based in Northeast Ohio that works with children of varying abilities and disabilities to help them create music. So we invited them to come, provided bus funding for them to come to experience New Deco. Also, just as an aside, I meant to open with this. Speaking of children with differing abilities, I want to thank you folks. My grandson has participated in Rotary Camp, and it's a powerful experience for him, and I am so very grateful for the work you do. Okay, so I know we've been around for 135 years, but for only 66 of those years, we have presented a scholarship competition, which awards thousands of dollars to help college and university students prepare for careers as music performers and educators. On Sunday, you are all invited to Gazetta Recital Hall, which is across the street from E.J. Thomas Hall. We're having a free concert. It's the final round / winners concert for our scholarship competition. We've already awarded more than $33,000 to students in our scholarship competition held in March. These are the winners of that competition. Some of the first and second place winners, they will be performing on Sunday in the final round. That will be judged by two music experts. They will award $1,000 and a $2,000 scholarship. And then the audience for the first time, because one of our generous subscribers and many members endowed a scholarship, we're going to do a People's Choice Award. So if you're in the audience, you'll get to vote for your favorite and who should win that $500 award. Okay, our Decompression Chamber. This is a series that started a few years ago when I first came to Tuesday Musical with funding from the Knight Foundation, GAR Foundation, and others. It brings free chamber music concerts to employees and clients at high stress environments, hospitals, financial institutions, government offices, factories, social service agencies. We recently presented a decompression chamber for teachers in an in-service at the I Promise School. And then a week later, we presented one for a Boys and Girls Club in Barberton, because it's not just adults who are stressed in these times, children are as well. We've taken them to the probate court, juvenile court, Akron City Hospital. And why do we do this? Research shows that classical music can decrease stress, boost brain function, improve productivity, increase physical performance, sharpen memory. With Decompression Chamber, we want to share those benefits with people throughout our region, and we do it for free. We go to the venue, we present these concerts, we pay the musicians. The only thing we ask is that the venues welcome us there and help to spread the word to their employees and clients. These were a couple of decompression chambers for frontline workers at the Summit County Health Department this winter. Okay, so I hope that I have for those who are subscribers and members, reinforced your desire to continue to be involved with Tuesday Musical. Thank you, Susan. And for those who may be new to Tuesday Musical, how can you get involved? Well, first and foremost, come to a concert. You have flyers on your table that outline the season coming up, including the fabulous Soweto Gospel Choir and Anzac Pearlman. Come to a concert this summer on the front lawn of the Barter House. Become a business partner. Our business partners receive great benefits that are perfect for client cultivation, employee appreciation, and business development. It's a great opportunity for you to connect with affluent, well-educated, and sophisticated art supporters and community leaders throughout Greater Akron and Northeast Ohio, much like Rotary. Plus, you and your business will be recognized for investing in the region where many of your customers and employees work. So that kind of comes to the end of my presentation. Oh, I do have one important thing here. There. That's how you get more information. I also have some business cards on the table that I'll be happy to hand out. You can go to our website and sign up for our e-blasts that we send out information about our concerts and other programs. And we would love, love, love to see you in the audience. So thank you.
We have time for a couple of questions. Do we have any questions here in person? Online here. Yeah. So. Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, I would just say that it was a very thorough presentation, and thank you for all that you do to bring music to our community.
Thank you, Susan.
Okay. With that, if you don't mind doing me a
Oh, sure. Let me do one other thing. People always ask me, what instrument do you play? Well, let me tell you something real quickly. I do not play an instrument. I play the radio. I did play trumpet briefly in middle school because I had a horrible overbite. And my mother thought that if I practiced, she would save an art dungeon. That did not happen. I don't know if I didn't practice enough or her theory was misguided, but at any rate, I do love hearing music of all kinds played well in person. And I think that's the joy of living in Northeast Ohio. We have 3 fabulous symphony orchestras, Canton, Akron, Cleveland, Tuesday Musical, which presents things much more varied than an orchestra can. But we've got so many great arts here in our community, and if you don't get to take advantage of it, shame on you. Oh, I get to draw
Yes,
something?
thank you. If you would pick a winner for our daily lotto. Just one, all right.
All right.
What number do we have?
228179.
8179.
Oh, that cool. I got it. It's right here.
Oh, you got it.
That cool.
That goal is not here. All right, pick a winner for the progressive pot.
That's my dog.
Not today. That's Mike. Thank you very much, Cynthia, for the presentation.
Thank you.
That was wonderful, and appreciate you bringing us up to date here. How many actually have taken advantage of going to Tuesday Musical? Could I just see hands? Okay, so I'd say about half of the room. And one of her final comments was about the arts that we are blessed to have here in Northeast Ohio. And that is an exceptionally true statement. Cleveland area, Akron area is second in this country to New York City as far as the opportunities for arts. And that says a lot about this area. So, yeah. I do have one question. When can we begin to buy tickets for next season? When will that go out?
Okay, good question. Thank you for asking. The single concert tickets will go on sale in mid-August. Subscriptions are already on sale now. Go to our website. They start at $90. $90 for 6 concerts by world acclaimed musicians.
Wow.
So a bargain and that was all at the same time.
Wow. So just for people out on Zoom that may have not heard that, in August for single tickets, and now if someone wants to renew their subscription and such, or buy a new one, they can do that. And right now, okay. Yeah. Yeah, go to tuesdaymusical.org if you want to do that. And yeah, just amazing shows and a lot of fun. And that young lady, by the way, that you referenced, the 10-year-old, my wife and I were amazed about how poised she was when you gave her the microphone. That was incredible. So thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. Michael, we look forward to working together, Rotary and 100 Black Men, and also the wonderful work that you've been doing there at the University of Akron with the Collegiate 100, which will tie in very nicely with our Rotaract club. So the days ahead look to be very, very fruitful. And so with that, I'm going to officially bring our meeting to a close by ringing a bell. So thank you everyone for coming out today, and go have a good week and enjoy this delicious, incredible weather. So God bless.